From Studio 3C in Rockefeller Center, this is News 4 New York.
Still to come on this Sunday morning. Well, we may not have a parade, but we're still going to celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
That's right. The folks from Mustang Harry's Midtown Pub are here to show us how to cook up some Irish classics when Today in New York returns. That looks like a good-looking spread. So we're just 2 days away from St. Patrick's Day, and even though we got that bad news this week about the big parade being postponed, not canceled, postponed, remember that, Irish eyes will still be smiling on Tuesday. We have Ian Conroy here to help us celebrate. He is the co-owner of Mustang Harry's on 7th Avenue here in Midtown. Good to see you. And this is how we say hi these days. Tell me about the big dishes you guys are making. I know this will be, even with the cancellation, this will be a big week for your shop.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Of course, pleasure.
We have some of our regular dishes here, some of our most popular.
So these are classic Irish dishes?
These are classic Irish dishes. You have a shepherd's pie here. Mm-hmm. We have the same recipe. Mustang Harry's is open for 25 years. This is one of our most popular dishes, and we have the same recipe for 25 years.
Well, I've seen shepherd's pie made different ways with different ingredients, different meat mixes. What do you do with yours?
We make ours with beef.
Beef, okay, all right.
And we also have a special gravy that we put into it, and that keeps it very moist and gives it extra flavour.
If you've been serving it for 25 years, it must be pretty good.
So far, so good.
And this is a classic, meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes. What we have here is a dry-aged steak. Whole process takes about 35 days. For 28 days, we age it in whiskey, Irish whiskey, and the whiskey we're using is Bushmills.
When you say you age it, are you actually marinating it in there?
Yes, it's put in there.
I've never heard of that. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you marinate it, and then it dries out, or
yes, it dries out, and it loses a certain amount of its volume. But then we take it out after 28 days, and then we put it back in an onion marinade with some more Irish whiskey.
Oh, that's good.
And that gives it
fantastic taste.
Very flavourful.
You don't even need a sauce on that. That's good.
And then we have a called cannon. Now in Ireland, different parts of Ireland have their own different versions of a called cannon. Okay. This is the one that we have, and we all think ours is the best.
Okay, well, of course.
So we have cabbage leeks, and we put in some scallions with a little bit of parsley. What
do we have here as well? This is like a familiar sandwich to a lot of New Yorkers.
Yes, this is a corned beef sandwich, and our version has Irish cheddar, Dublin or cheddar cheese with coleslaw. Oh. And we have our own secret sauce, but if you were making this at home, you probably could put in Russian dressing, which would be
close to the secret sauce, but not quite.
Not quite what it should be, but it would do.
And I know we're going to whip up a sandwich in a second. You're going to give us some tips on that, but before we do, take me through this dish here. This looks like a
traditional Irish breakfast.
Okay, for folks who don't know, what counts as a traditional?
In different parts of Ireland, you have the Ulster fry and you have the traditional. Traditional, we have Irish sausage, we have blood pudding, white pudding, and the rasher. The rasher is what we call bacon here.
Okay.
So we call them rashers.
Okay.
And they're very, very tasty, and of course the egg with the potatoes. My favourite is the blood pudding.
The blood pudding.
Yeah, that's made with fat and with blood from the pig. Hence, it has the darker colour than the white.
Oh man, okay, that's a
very
heck of a way to start the day. You're ready to go. You have a lot of energy, a lot of protein there. All right, you said we're going to whip up some sandwiches. Tell me what we got going here.
Well, this is the finished.
That's a finished version.
And we have melted cheese here, which we melted before we came on set here, just to make it a little bit easier. But I'll just show you what we do.
Yeah, please.
This is a very popular sandwich, and we.
How many of these do you think you sell on St. Patrick's Day or around? I mean, I know it's probably popular year-round, but it must do gangbusters.
On St. Patrick's Day, we sell hundreds of them. Hundreds of them.
When do you start cooking that? I mean, you got to do the corned beef ahead of time, don't you?
We start cooking it a couple of days, and we have our own process for cooking the corned beef too.
Okay.
What we do.
So what you got there?
Well, this is our secret sauce.
This is the secret sauce.
So what we do is we spread it on like this, and we make sure that it covers every part of the bread.
Don't be cheap with that now.
Exactly.
Okay, so you got the sauce on one side, we have the melted cheese on the other.
Melted cheese on the other side, and then what we do is we will put the corned beef on top.
And again, generous with the portions here. I like that.
We like to give plenty of corned beef because it makes the sandwich very, very filling and tasty.
And then you throw some coleslaw.
What do we do?
Why not? Go for broke.
Absolutely,
Why not?
go for broke.
And then you put coleslaw on it?
We put coleslaw on. We'll just throw a little bit of salt and pepper all over it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And then we put our coleslaw on top.
All right, Ian, as you wrap that up, I'm going to wrap up our segment. Just want to thank you for being here. Ian Conroy from Mustang Harry's. Great to be here. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And we'll be right back.
Thank you very much.
Great segment. Great to have you.
Pleasure.